little songbird. Forgive me, I don't mean to frighten you. Are you alright? Not many people travel this far into the wilderness, and certainly not alone. Did you get separated from your traveling companions? I should have guessed. No one goes into this barren valley on purpose. Well, don't worry. I was never particularly skilled with directions, but I can at least guide you out of here and back in the direction of civilization. There's no need to thank me. It's just the decent thing to do. Although, perhaps we should wait a few moments before setting off. You look exhausted. Just sit and rest for a while, and we'll go when you're ready. Oh, I suppose I didn't introduce myself. Apologies, I'm not exactly used to meeting new people. Honestly, if it's all the same to you, I'd rather keep my name to myself. I'm not trying to be suspicious, I don't think I should tell you. I don't want to scare you. You're an insistent little thing. You know that? Fine. If you're that curious, then my name is Hades. You don't seem afraid, or even very impressed. You do know who I am, don't you? God of the dead, ruler of the underworld, lord of darkness. Doesn't that frighten you? Well, I can't say it's not nice to have a civil conversation with someone. Normally, people run away in terror after learning who I am. You're either very brave, or very foolish. If you say so, brave it is. As for your question, yes, I normally spend my time in the underworld. The entrance is actually in this valley. That's why no one comes here. So when people do, I make it a point to investigate. Usually they're hero types. Come to defeat the Lord of the Dead and bring their loved ones back to life. Or something like that. I wasn't expecting anyone like you. Speaking of which, I believe you owe me an introduction now as well. It's only fair. Persephone. That's lovely. It suits you. It's also oddly familiar, now that I think about it. Wait a minute. Are you Demeter's daughter? No, there's nothing wrong with that at all. It's just that your mother has a bit of a reputation among the other gods, you see. The most ancient and terrifying of the Olympians, born of the earth itself. They say she has a fiery temper and the power to back it. And then, the first thing she did after ascending was go and fall in love with a mortal. Absolutely unthinkable. I couldn't help but admire it personally. So that's where you came from. Well, your parents' marriage was a huge scandal back then, but Demeter put her foot down, and no one dared oppose her. I heard she even got my brother Zeus to back off. Now that's power. So then, what are you doing all the way out here, instead of frolicking in your mother's garden? Really? That seems a little extreme. May I ask why you're running away? But your father died hundreds of years ago. You've really been a prisoner for that long? Well, even if she says it's for your own good, that surely can't be true. I get frustrated at the confines of the underworld, more than I'd care to admit, and I chose to live there. I can't imagine how you must feel. How did you escape, if she keeps such a close eye on you? Now that's impressive. And intelligent. I bet she was furious. In any case, I'm glad you were able to get away. I'd give anything to be able to explore the surface world for a time. There's no need to feel sorry for me. I chose the underworld as my domain a long time ago, and I've never regretted it. It just keeps me busy. There are so many mortal souls down there, all in need of sorting and ruling, so I rarely have time to myself. Certainly not enough to abandon my post for a prolonged period. It's not so bad, though. Honestly, the place is rather pretty at times. Some of the caves are filled with crystal formations, glowing mushrooms, and all sorts of other strange things. Nothing like on the surface, though. And, dare I say, nothing so beautiful as you. You blush as red as a rose. I'm sorry. I don't mean to embarrass you. Well, I find that hard to believe. With a charm like yours, you should be receiving compliments wherever you go. I'm sure your smile could light up a whole room. Alright, I'll stop. You look a little better now, though. Not so sad and tired. I'm glad I could cheer you up a little. So, where are you headed then? Olympus, I assume? I can't guarantee you'll be able to hide very well there, but it's definitely better than staying here. Well, your mother is goddess of the earth. Won't she be able to find you if you're still in her domain? You had realized that, right? Well then, don't panic. It's alright. There are many realms besides this one, each as interesting as the last. All you need to do is find a way to travel between them, and you'll be fine. I've never been anywhere other than the underworld, and the mortal plane for short periods of time, but I'm sure you'll be able to figure it out. Maybe you could try the elemental planes. Supposedly they're quite beautiful. Or maybe the astral sea. Or perhaps... What? Why would you want to go to the underworld? No, it's not that. Of course you'd be welcome there. And I suppose you would be well hidden from your mother. I just worry that you wouldn't like it. You seem so warm and bright and full of life, and the underworld can be cold and dark. I would hate for you to feel like a flower without the sun down there. Oh, don't look at me like that. You're cute, but you can't honestly think you're going to convince me just by making that face. Okay, fine. You can stay. At least until you figure out what you want to do next. Oh, you're hugging me. We're hugging. That's the thing that's happening. No, it's fine. It's fine. I'm just not used to it. There's no need to thank me. I've enjoyed talking with you, and I'd be lying if I said I didn't want to get to know you better. That is, if you feel the same. Really? I mean, good. That's good. Me too. Anyways, the entrance to the underworld isn't far. From there, I'll have my ferryman, Karen, take us down the river to my home. You can stay as long as you need to. Just remember, don't eat any of the food, or you won't be able to leave. That isn't my rule, so if you do forget, I won't be able to do anything about it. I would never want to keep you against your will, so I want to give you as much forewarning as I can. Now, are you ready to go? Wonderful. Oh, one question. How are you with animals? Oh good. I'm not surprised. I'm sure Cerberus will love you. He's my guard dog. He's not very good at it though. He'd much rather beg treats off Thanatos and nap on my bed than do any actual work. I think you'll enjoy him. Well, my lady, shall we?